Friday, this gruesome video was released of this 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee, Iryna Zarutska. And she came here and wound up being stabbed and murdered August 22nd by a deranged black man named Decarlos Brown Jr. The incident is now completely politically weaponized, and in my opinion, for the wrong reasons. No question, Brown is a perfect poster boy for a crazy killer that the system ignored. He is. Arrested over 14 times, spent multiple years in prison on an armed robbery rap, got out early, reportedly a schizophrenic, reportedly homeless. The only box he doesn't check for the boogeyman is if he were here illegally. My problem is the mentally ill are not driving our crime issues any more than illegal entrants are, unless you cherry pick and say one is too many. But crime is on the agenda, and this is a great motivator for the right, hence why our president waded right into it, saying that her blood is on the Democrats' hands for refusing to lock him up. And he asked why the media is ignoring this story, and he attacked the judge, a black female, for letting this guy go free and to kill. Now, who can defend the killer? Who can say this is not a shameful failure? No reasonable person. Now you got some crazies on the left that are trying to fundraise for the killer, but they also want to globalize the intifada. So they're nuts. They're not the majority, they're the few. How does this outrage make anything better? That's my concern. I see this as being another example of our extreme political poison. Not because it's wrong to see this as wrong, but because there's nothing here to make it right. And we need to be able to fix problems at some point in this society and not just exploit them to show that the other side is worse. So let me decode for you how this is being done and what's not being done. The media angle is simple, if simplistic. We don't care because the victim is white and we only care about black victims. And they list all the media that didn't cover it. Now, NewsNation isn't on their list because we have covered it, but not to drive white fright or any other fringe agenda. This should not have happened. And it stings that not just this guy killed, not just that he killed a pretty white woman, but he killed someone who fled violence in Ukraine, came here as a refugee to be safe in America, only for this to happen. But the media doesn't care about white female victims, especially pretty ones? Are you kidding me? When is the last time you heard about a missing black woman? They go missing and murdered all the time. But you know Natalie Holloway. You know Gabby Petito. You know Lacey Peterson. And I'm not saying those stories don't deserve coverage. Of course they do. I covered each and all of them. But you never heard of Marcy Peterson, did you? Lacey, yeah. Marcy, no. Latasha Coleman, Angela Fuller, who are they? Young black women who are missing right now. So yeah, there's a bias, but it's not the one that the right is selling. The real problem with the concern is what is being called for as a supposed fix, which would fix nothing. Do we have a problem with policing the mentally ill? Yeah. Do we have a problem with different kinds of violent crimes that are popping up in places? Yeah. Is part of it a far left agenda of decriminalizing too much and in too many places? Yeah. So what's the solution? Kill Brown. The death penalty for him. Since when does the death penalty reduce crime? With anyone, anywhere, let alone, you think you're going to be able to kill someone in America who doesn't know why he did what he did? The right says this is about justice. But it seems to me like it's more about doing what works for just us, meaning those who are afraid of guys like this and want to make it look like the left is the source of all the problems. And I say that because of how it's been treated. What Elon Musk seized on. Once again, the supposed genius saying something that I can only really describe as stupid. Data shows that you and I are much more likely to be killed by someone in our own race. And of course, the fringe left made it worse by supporting the killer. I get that. I get condemning that. It's not where my head is. I'm tired of who's worse. I want to know what makes it better. The issue is the system, and we know what is wrong. Yes, the non-prosecution. Yes, the cashless bail, other policies. So address them with better ideas, especially for the mentally ill and violent. But where are they? The death penalty or punishment for the judge who let Brown walk in January? Sounds tough, right? And that judge does happen to be a black woman. So, you know, that's a little bit of a sensitivity also, right? But I think that part of it loses some punch when you learn why the judge let him off. Do you know what the charge was? Because a lot of the suggestions in the storytelling is that he had done something violent and she let him go. You know what he was arrested for on her watch? A misdemeanor for calling 911. Why did he call 911? He called 911 because he thought that there was a man-made substance that was controlling his mind. A competency exam was ordered. You know what that is, to see whether or not the guy's sane. He never showed, so it never happened. Should he have been locked up in prison? No, he should have been in a hospital. But we don't have the facilities, we don't have the system, we don't have the follow-through. This is a schizophrenic homeless man, and the system failed to treat him the way it should have. And it happens all the time. But what's the fix? Killing him? Punishing the judge for a misdemeanor on a 911 call? My biggest problem is that we're just exploiting the problem to say who's wrong and not working on anything to make it right. And there are solutions. Why is crime down nationwide? Biggest reason? The economy's doing okay for most. And that is the greatest predictor. It's not black or white, it's green that decides who's going to commit crimes and when, mostly. So why is crime down in areas like New York City? And it is down. I know you don't think it is because you've been reading the papers and everybody says the city's a disaster, but that's because they're cherry-picking crimes like this that affect the white and the affluent. But if you look at the places where you have poor people and minorities, in New York City, crime is down. Same with Baltimore. Why? The economy. But they're employing more police resources and precision policing. They're doing it better, data-driven, and they're investing in programs to keep kids and repeat offenders off the streets. That's not sexy. That's not scary. You don't want to talk about that, and that's why we don't talk about answers, especially when it gets to dealing with the mentally ill. Maybe we should, though. If you're going to care about the problem, maybe you should care about the solution, and you're not going to kill your way out of it by killing mentally ill people who do things or punishing judges for being overwhelmed by a system. But maybe I see it wrong. Maybe I'm missing why this is so politically palatable. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.